All right, we're gonna talk about climate change for a second because there were some videos, even though they're very, very old, so interesting. These videos that just sort of popped up on Twitter yesterday. The first being of Al Gore from 30 years ago. Okay, 30 years ago. I will say, and I hate to say this, but he looks good. 30 years ago, he looked good. He
Really?
looked like
Oh,
he
God,
kind of looked like Superman.
I never found him attractive ever. Not even
He's
in
very
the,
Clark Kenty. You know what I mean?
not my type. Just never
I
been
mean,
my
for
type.
Al Gore though, he looked good.
He's more your type, and I get it. That's fine. But he makes me gag.
Oh my God, he's
gross.
vile. He's a
so vile.
human. And this is actually a bit of a back and forth that was on a radio show between him and Rush Limbaugh. So it's very interesting because remember, like, think of what he is saying, how long ago it was. Okay, so that's 30 years ago.
Local environmental problems, regional problems like acid rain. Now we've got a whole new category of global or strategic problems, which include the hole in the ozone layer, which now could appear above the United States, global climate change, the destruction of the rainforest at a rate that means they'll be totally gone in another few decades unless we stop, the pollution of the oceans and the atmosphere, and the like. These represent brand new challenges that call for a new kind of response.
Rush, I've listened to you many afternoons, as you know, and you tend to, I don't want to say you dismiss all of these issues, but at least you dismiss them as having been proven beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Well, absolutely. I don't think that there's anything conclusive about what Senator Gore said, with all due respect. I think, for example, there is no ozone hole over the United States. If we want to get into detailed discussion of ozone depletion, we can, but I think, Ted, that there is not a crisis. See, this is the problem I have. I don't think the Earth is fragile. I don't think the ecology is fragilely balanced. And I think that the doomsday industry that is typified by members of the Hollywood acting community who say we've only got 10 years left to save our planet, we've got to act now. There's no way, if what these people say is true, that we can solve these problems in 10 years anyway. It's budget time in Washington. NASA's being cut. And I think that this fright and doom scenario is designed to frighten people. Everything in this country today seems to be a crisis. We can't do anything without it being having to face it as a crisis. We don't have any time to think about it. There are as many scientists, maybe even more, on the opposite side of all of these doomsday predictions. And I think that they need to be listened to. Yeah. Oh, yes, there are.
That's not true. If I could jump in there, Ted, where the ozone hole is concerned, for example, the linkage between these chemicals, chlorofluorocarbons, and the ozone hole is established. There may be 1/100th of 1% of the scientific community that disputes it.
Oh, no. It's far more than that. Ted, that the environmental movement, as fueled by the militants who lead it, I think is the new home of socialism.
The ozone hole is threatening to open up above North America, above Kennebunkport. And still, we're not reacting.
We're not reacting, you guys.
No, it's like so give us more of your money.
Yeah.
And we'll staple it to the clouds. And then I'll use it for a new home that's not environmentally friendly. I'm Al Gore, and I approve this message.
And I will continue to fly all the private jets all over the world to talk about climate change.
Still doing it, you guys. He's still doing it. Yeah. God, I miss Rush. He was the goat. Was Rush not the goat? He was totally. Miss that guy.
I know.
So great. And it's like that clip is like relevant today. They're still doing it. They're still doing this crap, and dumb people are still falling for it. It's like every single generation has their environmental whack jobs that are trying to scare and go, oh my God, we're all going to die because there's a hole here and acid rain there and this here and that there. And every generation of morons falls for it.
Yep. And it doesn't matter that these videos exist showing how long these people have tried to pull the wool over everyone's eyes.
They don't care.
All of these exist. There, you can go back. They're there to look at, and people still look to Al Gore as some kind of expert. You heard what he just said. He was like, we're going to lose the rainforest in 2 decades if we don't do anything now. Well, guess what?
Still there.
We got all the rainforests.
It's still there. I mean, like, he should be shamed in public.
Right.
And every bit of money that man has made from environmental crap that he's done should be taken away. It should be stripped from him. But no, people continue to like fawn all over that guy. He's a complete liar. That guy is a used car salesman.
And if we go back to 1978, this is 46 years ago. Okay. 46 years ago, Spock himself did a documentary about the impending ice age, you guys. This gets even more ridiculous when you start to think about the timeline that he's throwing out there and all the scary warnings. And then you think about where we are today. This should send a clear message to everybody that all of these people, all of these scientists are full of shit. Here's Leonard.
Scientists are telling us now is that the threat of an ice age is not as remote as they once thought.
Oh my God.
During the lifetime of our grandchildren, Arctic cold and perpetual snow could turn most of the inhabitable portions of our planet into a polar desert.
Climate experts believe the next ice age is on its way. According to recent evidence, it could come sooner than anyone had expected. At weather stations in the far north, temperatures have been dropping for 30 years.
Oh, they've been dropping?
Secrets, long free of summer ice, are now blocked year-round.
There's too much ice?
According to some climatologists, within a lifetime, we might be living in the next ice age.
I cannot.
Just get you with that bullshit. It's crazy.
My God.
Do you remember when you were a kid though, and you watched that stuff, and you were like,
"Oh yeah,
we're all gonna die
terrifying."
From the ice." And then the acid rain. Remember
the acid rain?
I was terrified of acid rain because I thought it's gonna rain acid, you guys. Like, there's no umbrella that can protect me from that crap because I know enough to know that acid is going to totally destroy an umbrella, and then it's going to hit my body, and I'm going to
melt your face off.
It's going to melt me. It's going to, as a kid, it's going to melt. Like, that was terrifying. They tried to terrify you as a kid. You guys remember? Don't you? Gen Xers out there, boomers, y'all remember? It's terrifying.
Why can't we have like an actual huge televised public debate about this? Because I would love to see what some of these climate hysterical people would say to that Leonard Nimoy clip about the dropping temperatures and the ice caps being too thick. What would they say now to explain away those warnings? That's what I want to know.
Those scientists were wrong. The ones now are right.
See,
that's
this
what
is
they would say.
It's such
that's
bullshit.
What they would
All
say.
of it is bullshit.
And so please give me more of your money so we can staple it to the clouds. Thank you.
Oh my God.
That's what they would do.
And so what have we done in the meantime? We've listened, unfortunately, to all of these whack jobs. We've done things like destroy our own energy independence in favor of stupid things like solar farms, which are just a blight on the earth landscape. And look at what just happened in Damon, Texas. Okay. This is absolutely incredible. This is 1,000+ acres of solar panels of this. It's a farm that just got hit by hail. Okay. They are ruined. Look at this. All those holes, all those black dots.
Yeah.
Those
hail.
are the shattered solar panels.
Yeah. It hails a lot here. I don't know if people know that. It hails a lot in Texas, like a whole lot. Yeah.
And so who pays for this? We do.
Yeah.
We end up paying for this. And it's all useless. And so this is a huge, it's another loss because they're like, oh, this is going to be great energy. So now Texans who are already on a very shaky grid as it stands.
Right.
So they already get intermittent energy. Now they're wasting all these acres of lands, making them hideous with these solar farms. And now apparently there's like toxic compounds that get released into the groundwater because of these shattered solar panels. This is the dumbest thing ever.
And Democrats will be like, Republicans want you to have dirty water. Really? Because I feel like this is where you're getting the crappy water. You know what I mean? It's like environmentalists, man. I have such a huge problem with these people. Because then these are the same people, like I'll get on a whole rampage when it comes to these people who are like, you need to go vegan because I want to save all the animals. Really? Because like all the farmland that's destroyed to like build all these like almond farms and the avocado farms and all the like the little vegan farms, you don't think that you're killing animals doing that? I mean, I could seriously go on a rampage about this. It drives me insane. All of the environmental whack jobs need to take all the seats. Just take them.
They are they are such a danger to the world.
Right.
Their hysteria is dangerous to the world. It's all about power. It's all about a power grab and all about control.
And not to mention, somebody said the ocean stuff, all the stuff that's happening in our oceans, where all the environmental whack jobs are getting out there and they're killing ocean life. Yes. I mean, that's not talked about nearly enough.
I mean, all of it is just such a big scam.